only the children. Approximately 1,000 kids per day are reported as runaways. These are only the children that are reported. There's no estimate for the number that go unreported. Any parent with teenagers knows that rebellion is a normal part of raising a teenager. Teenagers push their limits and struggle to feel independent from parents, teachers, and other authority figures. However, rebellion is only a small part of the runaway problem for teenagers. Many of the kids run away from family problems, including physical and sexual abuse. For some families, the teenagers are asked to leave or not reported as missing. They become throwaway kids. For children that grow up in foster care, they often lack the skills needed when they're aged out of the foster care system. As a result, they end up on the street. In other circumstances, families experience economic problems and the teenagers become separated from their families. Often, they end up homeless as a result. Unfortunately, 1 out of every 2 runaways report that their parents told them to leave or knew they were leaving or just didn't care. This is especially true for homes where there's been physical or sexual abuse. Once a teenager runs away, they face many unintended consequences. The most obvious consequence is homelessness, living on the streets. The National Runaway Switchboard estimates that on any given night, 1.3 million homeless youth are living in abandoned buildings or on the street. In order to have money for food or shelter, many runaways engage in survival sex, especially if they've been abused in the past. Too often, they become victims of sex or labor trafficking. The constant battle for survival leaves a runaway at risk of depression, suicide, mental illness, or drug addiction. It's estimated that approximately 5,000 youth die every year as a result of assault, illness, or suicide. Teenagers that are part of the LGBTQ community are at an even greater risk for survival sex and physical assault. Another obvious consequence for runaways is the failure to graduate from high school. The lack of permanent address and transportation prohibits high school attendance. Lack of even a high school education further limits any career choices. For parents and for teenagers, the obvious solution is communication. At a time when most teenagers do not want to talk with their parents, it's important for the parents to continue to reach out and understand what their children are experiencing. 911 SafeChild encourages parents to take a proactive role in their child's life. They solicit names and phone numbers of friends, social media contacts, regularly scheduled activities, and an abbreviated medical history. Because parents update the 911 SafeChild record periodically, they keep in touch with the child's activities. When this information is entered into 911 SafeChild, the data is secured with 256-bit encryption and login and password authentication. We take Internet security very seriously. If a child runs away or disappears for any reason, 911 SafeChild can provide law enforcement authorities with an immediate missing child report. 911 SafeChild saves hours when every second counts. An annual subscription to 911 SafeChild is only $24.95. That's only $2 per month, less than a designer cup of coffee. Protect your child by visiting our website today and signing up for 911 SafeChild.